Good morning, everybody. How is everyone doing this lovely Tuesday? Good to see you guys. Little Time Mining, Automatic Beats in the chat. Good to see you, buddy. Mr. Matt Electron, Rick, Shillin Dynex. What's going on there? Crazy. I didn't know you were a whale. Mr. Retro Mike says that you are. So please confirm or deny. Mr. Roodputs, what's up, buddy? He's a pirate. Good to see you. Ziege Miner, the Maker's Dimension, my man. Good to see you, buddy. Who else? Steven Cicero, Leo Lustig, Regilio, what's up, man? Overboard Tech, Geek of all trades. Power finally came back on about midnight. Man, last night, I know I'm like miles away from you, but the thunderstorms we had last night, they literally shook my entire house. It was insane and just raining buckets. So I don't know if you guys dealt with that, but yeah, Patrick Murphy probably knows what I'm talking about. It's crazy. All right, let's check out this market today, and then we'll get into a couple videos and just hang out for a bit. So let's see. Bitcoin 30,659. We have Ethereum 1880. Not too bad. XRP 48 cents. Dogecoin 6.5. LTC is at 88 bucks. Overall, looking pretty good. Everything's green. Crypto bubbles. Blow this up so you can see it. FTT token. If anybody's still into this is FTX, right? Yep, FTX token. 13.1%. I don't know why anybody still buys that shit. Makes no sense to me, or how it goes up or down. I don't get it. Please let me know in the chat if you guys understand that. BCH is up 18.2%. That's quite a bit. Why is Bitcoin Cash BCH up 18.2%? That's quite interesting, actually. I don't know. All right, Fear and Greed Index. Let's see. 59 in the greed section. I mean, overall, still pretty neutral. All right, top 10 coins by coin market cap. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, BNB, USD Coin, XRP, Lido Staked Ether, Cardano, Dogecoin, and Tron is in 10th. Solana got knocked down a peg, and LTC is in 12th now. Interesting. Let's see what's the biggest earner on the day according here. So again, 19% Bitcoin Cash. What is going on with Bitcoin Cash? Why is it pumping? Does anybody know? 235 bucks? God damn. Because people don't know that is not the real Bitcoin. You know what? That's not out of the realm of possibilities, actually. And you know what? I actually stated that, like, when it comes to Ethereum Classic, I feel like that's why people will get into it, because they don't understand the difference between Ethereum and Ethereum Classic, thinking that Ethereum Classic is legit, you know, Ethereum. So I don't know. We'll see. I guess, you know, dumb money. That's what we call it. Not calling you stupid, but kind of at the same time. All right. Anyways, let's see what Mr. Altcoin Daily over here says about BlackRock's insane plan to control Bitcoin in the crypto market. This actually was put out 2 days ago, but I never really watched it. So I want to see what they have to say here. They kind of break up a bunch of these interviews. I know I found all these on my own when we went over the first Bitcoin ETF video, but yeah, without further ado, let's see what he's got to say here. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask in the chat. We'll go from there. Let's do it.
That's the big story here, is the price has to go up.
You know that BlackRock has filed for a spot Bitcoin ETF.
The great accumulation race is underway.
You know this is a huge deal for the crypto industry.
How big of a deal is this BlackRock ETF?
This is what's going to happen.
Everyone's heard of the space race, where a bunch of countries got together and they all tried to get to space first. But now what we're going to see is the great accumulation race. We have institutions and individuals all scrambling to try to get their share of the 21 million Bitcoin that will ever be in existence.
This will be a huge catalyst for Bitcoin and crypto adoption. There's a lot of reason to think that this ETF will get approved. BlackRock has too much lobbying power, money, and connections not to get this done.
That's actually very true. What do you guys think? Do you think this is going to happen or go through? I'll actually change that poll in the chat in just a second.
The BlackRock ETF does get approved. This will send a cascade of institutional buy pressure into Bitcoin specifically and open the floodgates to crypto adoption broadly. A 10x in the price of Bitcoin, I think, is totally reasonable. Think about this.
The retail investor for 15 years now has had a head start, and they've accumulated all the Bitcoin that has been actually mined and put into circulation. But 68% of all of that Bitcoin in circulation hasn't moved in over a year. And so what that means is when Wall Street, people like BlackRock and other organizations that have now filed for these ETFs or other products, show up to the market and they want to buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a highly illiquid asset, and these Bitcoiners don't want to sell to Wall Street. And so the only thing that can move when you have a fixed supply asset that's highly illiquid and there's a bunch of demand that comes into the market is the price has to go up.
Something fishy,
We hope so,
I
right?
think, is going on, though. As you know, Coinbase is being sued by the SEC. Yet, BlackRock is partnering with Coinbase to custody the Bitcoin. And BlackRock still needs the SEC's approval. And BlackRock only makes a move like this if they know it's a no-lose for them.
Real quick, little time mining. So no, this wasn't approved. There was, I think there was an ETF that was approved, but it wasn't BlackRock, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Guys, let me know in the chat. I know somebody mentioned it to me last week. I just totally forget, to be honest.
Question is, what does BlackRock know about the SEC and Bitcoin that the rest of us don't? Pay very close attention to this discussion on CNBC. Think about what they're saying.
We have seen a spate of new Bitcoin ETF offerings recently, including from BlackRock. Even though everybody knows the SEC and Gary Gensler is completely hostile to the idea, and everybody said, well, they're going to say no to a Bitcoin ETF, just like they said no to everybody else. But I'm wondering why now? What does BlackRock think they're going to get out of this effort?
You can't get away from your favorite subject here, can you?
People ask me about it, and I don't have an easy answer for it. I always think I'm missing something here.
I think you're right. I think your sniffer
You think
usually
I'm missing
is
something?
No. I think you're onto something. I think your sniffer is always really pretty good, Bob. If BlackRock all of a sudden has filed for a Bitcoin ETF that's not futures based, it's spot Bitcoin,
right.
Okay? And Gensler said, no way, that's not going to happen. But at the same time, they're bringing together some pretty good partners from a custody standpoint. They've got Bank of New York Mellon, they've got Coinbase.
Right.
They've got an agreement, a surveillance agreement with NASDAQ to help with the security aspect of it. So they're trying to show the SEC that they're putting all the safety provisions in place to give them the confidence, to give them that acceptance of their application. I think the big thing we know, as Gensler said, we're not going to do anything there unless we have the exchanges regulated, and Coinbase is not regulated.
But that's my question. Do you think this is going to change their mind? I can't without the clear regulatory authority, and they're not getting a bill through Congress. So now he's just resorted to essentially suing everybody. He's trying to regulate essentially by filing complaints.
Yeah.
I don't see how this changes.
If anybody can get it done, would you bet against BlackRock?
No.
You know, they're the behemoth, right? They're the.
That's why I'm thinking. I still don't quite get.
Yeah.
How are they going to change his mind?
I mean, if they can partner with Coinbase and say, look, you agree to get regulated, what would that do to your business? Imagine institutional investments, just 1% allocation to Coinbase, and what that would mean. We're talking about a lot of money.
Yeah.
So there are
100%.
a lot of people like you that are saying, is this finally the time? Is it going to happen?
We're going to follow this very carefully, folks, because, again, they're not going to waste their time.
Yeah.
Trust me, BlackRock isn't, if they don't think they have some chance.
By the way,
All right, so BlackRock themselves, right? Like, you know that saying, like, the rich get richer? That's kind of the way I see it here. So BlackRock, like, with them controlling a lot of everything in the financial, I guess, sector, right? When it comes to getting into Bitcoin, like, do you guys honestly believe that they're not going to allow this ETF to happen? It's, I don't know. I think there's just too much, they have too much influence on everything as a whole. And if they're going to drag Coinbase into, their, I guess, kind of bundle with Bitcoin, I don't see why it wouldn't get fixed. But I'll look up, like, who BlackRock is and read an article for you guys in a second.
make sure you subscribe to our channel. Daily videos just like this, keeping you informed on the entire cryptocurrency market. If you're interested in making money in cryptocurrency, subscribe to our channel. Daily videos. The fact is, backroom deals are par for the course with institutions and people like these. Insider agreements are how these people do business. I'm saying that BlackRock and institutions like BlackRock know that crypto is here to stay. They're trying to get in business, not for the next few years, but for the next few decades with crypto. They always do stuff like this, scare retail away during the best times to buy. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. Take a look at this.
This terrible price action in crypto has given us pause and forced us to ask a tough question. Should we continue to cover Bitcoin? And the answer is sadly no.
So Gary Gensler says crypto needs to be cleaned up, but then approves Fidelity, Citadel, and Charles Schwab for an institutional crypto exchange. Only for institutions. Scare retail, hold retail up, let the institutions get in because they missed the first 12 years when retail was accumulating. And by the way, even if BlackRock does face certain challenges with the approval, this signals to everybody in the world the direction they intend to proceed in. A mass accumulation is underway.
And so I think that BlackRock right now is realizing if you just bought Bitcoin and held it since the start of the pandemic, you've outperformed almost every single hedge fund on Wall Street. You just Bitcoin and chill. And I tend to think that these investors, they're not going to go put 100% of their assets into Bitcoin. But what they are starting to say is, does this warrant a 1, 2, 3% allocation into a portfolio? And I think that that argument is becoming much more hard to ignore. And so what I think you're going to start seeing is that these large asset managers say we have to have a product in the market.
This is my final point. This is what most people aren't considering. I know subscribers of Altcoin Daily think about this. You guys are smarter than the average crypto investor. But most people don't think like this. After the Bitcoin ETF gets approved, what's next? There are many legitimate crypto assets in the space today. Bad ones, obviously, but good ones too, obviously. What crypto coins are after Bitcoin?
Well, 4 years ago, like almost to this week, I kind of gave a shout out. It wasn't endorsed, kind of a fake shout out to Litecoin. You got Algorand. You got Solana, you got Dogecoin, you got Ether. How much are you in any of these ones? To your point, the more risky ones, the more gambling, not boring old Bitcoin in a way, but taking an investment risk down that crypto ladder, if you will, Anthony.
Bitcoin is the king. I don't think that's going to change. It's over 50% of the market today. Hash rate's at an all-time high. If you go and you look at wallet addresses with 0.1 Bitcoin or 1 full Bitcoin, it's hitting all-time highs. And I continue to think that Bitcoin is going to continue to prove to be the winner in this market. And so if you're somebody who's looking at the market, it's just like buying the S&P 500 index, right? You just want the boring thing that seems to keep compounding for a long period of time. And it's the timeless investing principle. Buy great assets and never sell them.
See, Bitcoin-only people get on TV and they continue to try to hide the innovation going on in the crypto space. But you and I both know that big players like BlackRock, like Fidelity, like Citadel, like Charles Schwab, they know the biggest gains will come from altcoins. Hey, if you'll be in
Well, yeah, that's only because, it's much harder for Bitcoin to go to a 2x, right, from 30K to 60K versus a $10 coin to go from 10 to 20. You know what I mean? Like, there's reasons behind it, but yeah, more or less, that's it. All right, so real quick, I put in the chat, if you guys didn't see, let me pull it up again. Give me a second. So BlackRock's basically one of the world's largest leading providers of investment advisory and risk management solutions. So it's just an investment firm basically, but they're into like the stock market stuff, right? Because obviously crypto is not regulated at all. So it's one of those things they want to dip their toes in, and once they dip their toes in, what do you think is going to happen? I feel like it's going to become a lot more mainstream, and that's what we need personally to get big money invested. You guys will let me know what you think about that in the chat, but that's more or less what I think about it. All right, we're going to listen to Crypto World. This is CNBC. They drop a video almost every day, so this is later on yesterday afternoon, and I usually cover it the following day. Crypto Frank, bro, thank you so much for the $49.99 super chat. Dude, you don't have to donate that much. You're insane. Thank you so much.
Morning news. What BlackRock likes is there is nothing unknown about BTC. Its code is law, and that's not the same for any other crypto. BTC is the next oceanside real estate. There is only so much of it. BR owners are secret extreme old dollar.
Yeah, no, I totally agree, actually. I totally agree. Dude, you're awesome. Thank you so much. You didn't have to do that. The best morning news, he says, what BlackRock likes is there is nothing unknown about BTC. Its code is law. And that is so true. It is so true. And that's, I mean, again, Bitcoin is the gold standard of the crypto space, right? So, Jesus, that's crazy. Frank, thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate all you guys' support. You're awesome. All right, crypto world, let's listen to this. And yeah, if you guys have anything to say about that, what Mr. Crypto Frank said, please feel free. He said BTC is the next oceanside real estate. There's only so much of it, and that's so true. So true. Hold your Bitcoin, people. Not financial advice, just my opinion.
Today, Bitcoin pulls back after breaking above $31,000 on Friday, the highest level in more than a year. Belgium's top markets regulator orders Binance to stop offering crypto services. And Alex Edelman, the CEO of Bitcoin rewards app Lolly, breaks down the impact of BlackRock filing for a spot Bitcoin ETF. Welcome to
Does anybody use crypto.com? Anybody? Just wondering. Let me know.
NBC's Crypto World, I'm Pippa Stevens. The price of Bitcoin retreated slightly to start the week, but as of noon Eastern, Bitcoin still traded above $30,000 after crossing the $31,000 mark on Friday, the highest level in more than a year. Ether, however, still traded close to $1,900. Investors attributed Bitcoin's jump to last week's news that BlackRock had filed for a spot Bitcoin ETF. Bitcoin's price has risen more than 12% since the beginning of June. Some analysts say that large purchases by so-called Bitcoin whales, while liquidity remains low, is another factor contributing to Bitcoin's rise. According to Coinmetrics, Bitcoin is up about 85% in the first half of this year, on pace for the best first half since 2019, when the digital currency gained more than 200%.
Real quick, so the reason I asked about crypto.com is, did they get hit from the SEC with the security stuff? Crypto Scotty said nope. Man, so I'm just wondering, because they have like that crypto earn thing, right? It's like a staking kind of for a bunch of different coins. Like I staked what was it, my Shiba and some Doge, I think, there before. And actually, you know what, I did Matic too, and Matic got smacked as a security, right? Polygon Matic. So I don't know, it's weird to me that they haven't got hit yet. I don't know what's different about that exchange than the others. Do they have an in somewhere that we don't know about? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that.
Okay, let's talk about the top stories. Adding to pressure on Binance, Belgium's top markets regulator ordered the crypto exchange to immediately stop offering digital asset services in the country. In this notice issued by the Financial Services and Markets Authority, the agency said Binance is, quote, offering and providing exchange services in Belgium between virtual currencies and legal currencies, as well as custody wallet services from countries that are not members of the European Economic Area, which the regulator says is in violation of a prohibition. Now, we reached out to Binance for comment, and a spokesperson told us the crypto company will continue to work with regulators in Belgium and around the world in compliance with the firm's obligations. Binance is in the regulatory hot seat as it takes on allegations by the SEC that it violated U.S. securities laws. It was also recently revealed that Binance is the subject of an investigation by French authorities. On top of that, the crypto exchange has also pulled out of markets, including the Netherlands and Cyprus, over regulatory issues. Last, Japan's National Tax Agency has clarified that crypto issuers will not have to pay capital gains taxes on unrealized gains. That's according to CoinDesk, which cited a notice from last week. The news outlet pointed out that the partial revision is a change from an earlier requirement that subjected token issuers to a capital gains tax of around 35% on their own tokens, as well as on unrealized gains. In an effort to encourage crypto startups to stay in the country, Japan has been reviewing its tax treatment of digital assets since at least last year. Now, CoinDesk added that prior heavy tax burdens seem to have led to an exodus of crypto firms. In December, the country's ruling Liberal Democratic Party Tax Committee reportedly approved a proposal to exempt crypto startups that issue their own tokens from paying corporate taxes on unrealized gains.
All right, real quick, let me read a little bit from the chat. So some people are saying that they just haven't got hit yet. Joker Miner. We'll talk about that in a minute. Thank you for the $1.99 super chat. You're insane. Appreciate it. Stupid. Go ahead.
Happy 50th B-Day at Chump Change XD Mining and Crypto.
If I'm 50, then there's yeah. I don't know. I guess good on me. I sent Max Voltage a super chat last night, said happy 60th birthday, and I completely ruined his stream. He's not 60, people. It was just funny. I was joking. But yeah, everybody like kind of took that into a whole nother level. All right, back to the crypto.com stuff. So the fact that they didn't get hit yet with that crypto earn stuff kind of does shock me. Now, somebody was saying that they kind of hold on, where was it? Let me see. Real quick. Somebody said something about them advertising everywhere. They sponsor everything, to be honest, at Amplifier Gaming. So so did FTX, right? Like they got all these big name people to sponsor FTX, like Tom Brady, you know, just like in general, a whole bunch of people. FTX, I mean, sorry, crypto.com, you know, they have Matt Damon and other big people too. So I don't know. It's just kind of, I feel like it's a matter of time before crypto.com gets hit, but I don't know, because I still see people advertising the shit out of crypto.com, but everything else is like, you don't really see much advertisement for Binance or for anything really other than that. Even Coinbase, I don't see many advertisements for. So it's kind of interesting. Let me know what you guys think about it. All right, let's continue.
All right, back to Bitcoin for our main story. Crypto World Snea McKeel spoke with Alex Edelman, the CEO of Bitcoin rewards app Lolly, about what he believes is next for the world's top digital currency after BlackRock filed for a spot Bitcoin ETF earlier this month.
It's been a couple of years, I think, since you and I spoke, and we've talked a lot in the past about Bitcoin as an alternative currency and all of the other narratives that have been debated over the years. And just it seems like the landscape has changed so much since we last spoke, which was just a couple of years ago. What is your approach to Bitcoin right now? Are you still seeing it as an alternative medium of exchange?
Well, I've always looked at it being a medium of exchange for those who Bitcoin is less volatile than their native currency. Anyone can move money, large amounts of money with Bitcoin. Unlike most currencies, you can move billions of dollars at a time. So it's always had that functionality. But I think when a lot of people think about this like medium of exchange, they think going it to their local coffee shop and buying a coffee. And I think we're not really there yet in the cycle, and it totally makes sense. Like, why would I spend my Bitcoin that continues to go up over time? Why would I spend it on coffee? I would be subject to taxes. The fees are still high on
Very
Bitcoin
true.
Core, and so things like Lightning that are coming out, and as a lot of currencies start to go into inflationary times or hyperinflationary times, unfortunately, Bitcoin proves its value to be better than most fiat native currencies.
Do you think we'll
Real quick, actually, he brought up a good point. So like spending Bitcoin on coffee or whatever, right? What's the crypto that you guys would, I guess, use to spend on everyday things? Like, put it in the chat, 'cause I can't really put a poll up about it. I mean, Litecoin is obviously stupid fast, right? And it's probably one of the most tried and true. It's usually Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum that is taken kind of everywhere. But would it be like LTC, or would you guys choose something else? Actually, Dogecoin too. Yeah, Dogecoin. Why not? I mean, it's cheap and it's not really too risky, right? I guess, but I don't know. It's just kind of interesting. Litecoin, a lot of Litecoin in the chat. Solana, Litecoin, Pigeon. Mad Electron, you liar. You would never. But seriously, like, if you're trying to buy a cup of coffee, what's the currency that you would use? Because Bitcoin, I probably wouldn't want to spend it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd rather just bust out $1 or whatever and pay that way, or use my credit card, my normal credit card, not like crypto.com. Actually, you know what? That's a good question for the people that use crypto.com. How does that card work? So you swipe it, it pays for your stuff, and it takes it out of your balance of what? Like, is there a certain fund that you have inside the account of crypto.com? Like, you have the crypto.com tokens, and that's where it gets taken out of? Or does it just get, like, how does it know how to take the money out? I guess it's super confusing. I don't understand it. I know it's like a debit card. Oh, okay, so you top it up, so you have to put certain what's it called, like cryptocurrencies into a certain spot. Like, how the hell does that work? Oh, so it's USDC. All right, so you'd have to transition it to USDC and then put it into your USDC wallet, maybe, because I never used it. That's kind of interesting. Okay.
Will ever be
Gotcha.
at that point in the cycle here in the US?
I think it is a little bit worrisome to think about, but the way I've always looked at it is on a volatility index. When I first got into Bitcoin, Bitcoin was, I believe it was like the 100th most volatile currency if you looked at it stacked up to all the different fiat currencies. It's now, I think it's like 25th or 20th, last I checked, on the volatility index. And so as Bitcoin continues to become like less and less volatile, it becomes a better currency than people's native currency. So clearly the US is the most powerful currency in the world, and controls a lot of the world's financial transactions and has incredible power in the global economy. I think we are ways away from it being a more of a stable currency. And I think as more and more countries adopt it, more and more individuals adopt it, more importantly, I think it clearly goes up in value the more demand that there is for it.
What about the institutions? We're obviously seeing this big institutionalization of Bitcoin right now. What do you make of it? And if I could have you mention specifically the move by BlackRock a couple weeks ago, I think week before last now, filing for a Bitcoin ETF, obviously big news for the perception of the legitimacy of crypto for those who, are still trying to warm to it. But with regards to the institutions coming and BlackRock specifically being the largest asset manager in the world, what do you make of it? And, perception aside, why does a move like that really matter for Bitcoin? How does it really?
Real quick, before he answers that, what do you guys, when it comes to Bitcoin, right, being, I guess, say it did go, basically become a world currency, right? Is there a point where you guys think Bitcoin would just level off, like they were just saying, where it's not like, I know it'll be in a higher demand if it's used everywhere, but just in general, do you think there would be a max cap where it would be, it can't go over X amount and then everybody uses it? Like how would that work? It'd be kind of tough, right, to gauge that. So I don't know if Bitcoin could be the only crypto that's out there and be used for the only like world currency around everywhere, right? It would have to be a multiple of coins. That would be at least my opinion. I don't know. I mean, it's cool because it's divisible, right? But I don't know. Just interesting to think about.
Really impact this market or this community?
Great question. So I've always looked at institutionals being incredible bull signals. It opens Bitcoin up and normalizes Bitcoin for professional investors, and pensions and institutions, and so the more financial products that are around Bitcoin, the better, in my opinion. And that can be a controversial opinion. A lot of people want Bitcoin in the hands of individuals, and they want it to be, people have private keys. But the reality of it is that Bitcoin can and should be used by anybody. And the fact that people are building financial products on top of it is net good for adoption of it. I think the best way to own Bitcoin is to have private, to manage your own private keys. But the next best way is to have it, under some sort of financial institution, and that is good for adoption. So yeah, BlackRock, largest asset manager in the world, $10 trillion of assets under management, like unbelievable amount. Wisdom Tree, Invesco, Valkyrie, all filed, I believe, last week, the last 2 weeks. And so when BlackRock does something, I mean, they're the biggest. Like everybody's going to go do something. So I actually think BlackRock was kind of a little bit late to the game. But yeah, another great index was just looking at biggest assets managers in the world, and are they touching Bitcoin? Are they touching crypto? So they're all taking very aggressive Bitcoin stances, and moves. We're going to probably see a lot of Bitcoin spot ETFs, and then as we all know, the first leverage Bitcoin ETF just got passed as well, by volatility shares.
Yeah, and the Bitcoin price up 17% just last week. So really reflecting a lot of that enthusiasm that you just recapped for us. I do want to highlight in the past 2 weeks, though, Bitcoin's trading volume, and we know that volume and liquidity have been big issues for Bitcoin this year. So in the last 2 weeks, volume has increased just 0.5%, and that's on a week over week basis. So it seems like Bitcoin hasn't exactly attracted as many new investors or brought much new money into the crypto market, even throughout this big price rally. And, at Lolly, you are very much dedicated to adoption and getting Bitcoin into the hands of new participants and I think people in general. So what is it that you think would bring more people into the market at a time like this?
Price action is, in my entire time in the Bitcoin space, and then while building Lolly over the last 5 years, the unfortunate answer is price action. I wish people sought to learn about it, and were inspired by it being just this incredible digital decentralized.
Instead of only when it goes up, people get in. That's kind of what he's saying. People come out of the woodworks when it's raising in price, but when it's falling, they just run for the hills.
Currency and all the fundamentals of it that make it so
true, though.
digitally sound and decentralized, I think are pretty incredible. But the reality is that people are attracted to price. So Bitcoin has like slowly gone up from low 20s to 30, but it's really not enough, I think, for people to really get excited. And also, consumer credit's through the roof. I think people all across the world, not just the U.S., are in this sort of borderline recessionary time, or we may be in the start of a recession. And so I think people are trying to be more conservative with their spending and then also their investments. And I think everyone saw Bitcoin go up to 69 and then drop back down. And so I think people are sort of waiting to see what it does from here. The reality is that the institutions are going to have the most to gain. And, there's been, seeing what JP Morgan has done, over the years of just the FUD that they've put out about, how Bitcoin is for money laundering and, the same old FUD that has been put out for 10 years now is just, rampant. Meanwhile, them and other financial institutions are all making these like massive moves into the space. So I think everyone wants to buy low, and I think the institutions are going to have a lot to gain from getting into it at this like what I think is a depressed price. I think what is going to drive consumers is price action. When we start to break through 35, 40, when there starts to be when these ETFs are actually passed and not just proposed. I think that's what's going to get a lot of consumers really excited and more people into the space.
But what it's going to do is it's going to drive in the again, big money. Like that's what Bitcoin needs. It needs big money. It needs some sort of regulation for people that have a lot of money to want to invest, except for like the people that have too much money, they don't give a shit. They're already investing, so whatever. But it's kind of funny because like when you want to accumulate a bunch of something, you're going to sit there and shit on it to make the price go down, and that's pretty much what's been happening the past year. If you guys haven't noticed it. That guy apparently is the dude that created this. Is this the site? I think it's lolly.com. Yes, if you guys have never heard of this, I actually used this back in the day. I know I have a login, but this is kind of a dark mode. Damn it. Oh, I'm gonna blind you guys. Let's do it. There it is. So this is called Lolly, right? So it's like a earn free rewards at a bunch of stores. So it's kind of like again, no sponsorship or anything here, but this is like what the hell is that site? What am I thinking of? Honey? Is that the thing that Mr. Beast promotes? It's like you save money off of sites. But this thing, you save money off of these sites, I guess. I didn't know Chewy was one of them. Damn, I have to tell my wife because we order my dog food from there. So Chewy, apparently you can get rewarded in Bitcoin, and just for buying shit every day that you normally do. It's kind of neat. But I'm gonna have to look back into this site again. I totally forgot, but I guess that's the guy that created it. This guy, because it did say, oh, it says right there, of Lolly. Yeah, so that's him. Interesting. I didn't know that. Also, real quick, Mr. Red Panda. And it was hysterical that Mr. DJ Mines didn't know a red panda was a real animal. If you guys didn't see yesterday, I think tomorrow we're gonna have to make some bacon and eggs on the ice river, fully electric. Are you down for this? We need to one up Panda. Can't let him win. He fried an egg yesterday on his KSO. I don't know if you guys saw it. Oh, it's so funny. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn it down. Look at this. Look at this guy.
You know, it's like the Japanese joke.
So fucking
Japanese.
funny. So funny. What's he saying? I don't even know. Well, like he straight up cracked an egg on top of the KSO. That's so funny.
We're gonna put butter on.
It's so funny. We're gonna make some bacon, eggs, and hash. He's here in the chat.
Weirdest thing I've ever done.
We're gonna do that tomorrow. I think. I just set it up. Fully electric. I promise I won't break it. I won't do it if you don't want me to, though. I was just gonna mess around. It'd be so funny. All right. Real quick though, I do have a question for you guys. This video was put out by Panda 8 minutes ago. We're not gonna watch it, but it says profitable CPU mining on NiceHash, short-lived Ironfish, GUI wallet, Caspa, Ice River updates, the whole 9 yards, right? This is what I'm interested in. The CPU mining on NiceHash. What is the deal with that? Is it super profitable right now? Because I have 7 CPU mining rigs not doing jack shit. So tell me if I need to go turn them on and get them on NiceHash. I saw DJ Mine say something about that in the chat, and that's quite interesting. So I'm gonna watch this video on my own after. You guys should definitely go check it out. Make sure you guys hit that like button for Panda, please. He is the OG in the space. But yeah, that's the video if you guys want to go check it out. But yeah, is it so? What is it? Super profitable right now on NiceHash? Yes, it's quite good. What are they? So what is it? You just getting paid out in Bitcoin? Is it just profit switching like it normally does? Let's see. NiceHash is killing it on XMR about 3 weeks ish now. Interesting. So do you mine a specific coin and convert it to Bitcoin, like it converts it to Bitcoin itself inside the software, or do you just turn it on to NiceHash and it does whatever algo it wants? Let me see. Rapid mining has good content for you, CPU. Yes, he does. He does, absolutely. He's like the CPU miner guy in the space for sure. Him and Matt Electron, actually. Matt Electron's like really good about that stuff. Let's see. Hit me up in Discord. I'll go over it. All right, Chadwicks, absolutely. Please let me know, because I don't use NiceHash. Not really interested in them, to be honest, but numbers don't lie. They're usually really close to the most profitable pools, so I can't really shit on NiceHash, but whatever, is what it is. Let's see. Yes, sell your hash power for Monero and get paid in BTC. Okay, interesting. Man, I'm wondering why it's popping off. Like what's making CPU mining popular over on NiceHash? That's what I don't understand. Is there a coin that's like pumping? I know Varus coin, right, was let me see. Let's see, Varus. I know this was like crazy profitable the other day, right? Is this still profitable? I assume not. It's at 50 cents though. Jeez, I didn't realize it was that high. That's kind of neat. 50 cents. Let's go 14-day real quick. So what made this profitable? Can anybody explain that? Like, did the yields go up somehow or some way? For what reason? I have no idea, but it's down on price too, so I don't understand it. Varus is not profitable for me. Interesting. IMO people are overpaying on the marketplace to wash other funds. Pure conspiracy theory. Just weird that XMR is the only one overly high and sustained. Dude, that's a good actual point. Sadie, sometimes that's a really good point, actually. That's interesting because XMR is a privacy coin. It's one of those coins that you can't trace. I mean, I'm sure you maybe might be able to, but that would be like an AI program that would have to trace that, right? Because it scrambles everything up and gets it back to you, like kind of anonymously, right? So I don't know, kind of neat. My hash rate gives me an average of $30 a day on NiceHash. What? No, please tell me you're not talking about CPUs. You're talking about everything, right? Chadwicks, please tell me you're talking about everything, because that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Rabbit was talking about doing $40 to $60 a day with some other stuff. Does he have an OnlyFans? Just kidding. CPU only? No way. $30 a day on CPU. Get out. All right, Chadwicks. We're going to talk in VIP after this. And if there's a secret, we're going to have to tell everybody. I'm sure there's no secret, but if there's something people could do to make more money, hell yeah, let me know. Because I would love to let all you guys know. Anyways, that's wild. Jeez. You can look up CPU numbers. Yeah, I'm going to have to. I'm going to look it up after this. Unfortunately, I gotta get out of here because I gotta get to daddy duty. You know how that goes. Kids need to eat and all that stuff. But BTC is looking good, guys. Everything's looking decent. Everything's holding. I'm shocked it's holding. Well, to be honest, I'm not shocked because obviously, you know, buy the rumor, sell the news type deal is probably what's going on right now with the whole BlackRock ETF stuff. But if it gets approved, I think it's gonna shoot. That's just me. That's just me. I don't think it's gonna get sold. Let's see. VRSC, is that Veriscoin? Had a fork. Not all pool updated. So for a few weeks, it was amazing. And back down now. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Interesting. What did Fully Electric say actually about me in the pan? Saying, I mean, the KSO rather. Say anything about that? You never even said it. Didn't even mention it, but you answered that. Fully Electric, you cracked me up. I'm going to add you as a moderator, by the way. I appreciate you. Thank you very much for letting me use the KSO, but we're going to fry some eggs on it. We got a one-up panda. One-up panda. Yes, I did. You missed it. Oh, you did. All right. Oh, let me scroll back. Let me see. Oh, there are 4 hotspots. Try to put it close to that area. He's trying to help me out frying eggs. Yes, dude, you're awesome. All right, guys, hit that like button. I appreciate you guys all for hanging out. You're all amazing. Hopefully this ETF thing does pass. I mean, I don't see it as being bad. I think it's a good thing for Bitcoin, to be honest, but you guys let me know what you think in the comments below after the fact. Hopefully you guys have a happy Tuesday. Crypto Frank, Joker Miner, everybody else, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Again, Crypto Frank, I really do appreciate that super chat. You didn't have to do it. Neither did you, Joker Miner. You guys are amazing. All right, guys, enjoy your Tuesday. I'll see you possibly this afternoon. If not, definitely tomorrow afternoon. I'm trying to change like my schedule and get it situated for the kids because nap time is not always working out for the kids. They don't want to sleep. So is what it is. Unfortunately, the afternoon streams are going to be far and few between, but most likely it'll be every Wednesday with my man Yeti. I'm going to try to do that. If I have to have the kids behind me, it is what it is. But have a good day. I'll catch you guys soon and peace out.